Hey everybody, it's Sarah Cray with Let's Make Art, and this coming week we are doing a floral wreath. So grab your supplies. We're going to be painting live Tuesday night, 7:15 Central Standard Time. But for now, here is a little preview. Okay, so for our floral wreath today, we're going to start by doing an outline. I'm just using a circle, and then I'm going to start with on my florals. Now, to do that, I basically just drop a little bit of color down and then take some clean water and spread out that color into just a circular, it's more like a blob really. We're not really worrying about brush stroke. We're kind of just making these circular shapes. And then once you just put a little bit of a yellow center in there, it's going to be very clear that they are florals. Now what we want to remember when we're doing these floral wreaths is we kind of want to go along the line that we have laid out for us. And that doesn't mean that every leaf and stem that we make has to follow that line exactly. Sometimes I do leaves on either side of the line. But basically we just kind of want to make sure that it's kind of more in the center of whatever we're creating. It's kind of even throughout. And then that way, as we go up and around it, it's going to have an even thickness. And you'll see as we go along that there are going to be some areas that seem a little thinner, and I'll show you how you can fix that as you go. Now I like to start out by doing some florals, and then I start doing leaves on either side. Now some wreaths you can do all florals if you want and not even worry about some leaf work, or you can have it be all leaves. We're doing a little bit of a mixture of both so you guys can kind of see how it works. And then as you go and create your own project, you're welcome to follow along to this exactly, or if you want to do kind of your own, then you're welcome to do that. Now I like to have little things, little elements sticking out of my wreath. I think it just makes it seem more full and kind of more like it's blooming and it's coming out. So to do that, I just do little leaves kind of coming out, little berry dots on the side, and then kind of little sticks, like they're little buds coming out of my leaves here. Now I also like to add my yellow center to my flowers when my flowers are still a little bit wet. So I like to lay down my color, do my florals, and then fill it in with water, and then I just take my yellow ochre and drop in the center, and then that way it bleeds just a tiny bit to where I think it's kind of really beautiful and interesting. You'll also notice that I'm doing my leaves going in both directions. So I have a stem of leaf that's going up, and then I have a stem of leaf that is going down. You don't have to follow this exactly. This is actually probably the first time that I've done that. Usually I just have them going all the same direction. But the nice thing about having them going up and down is you can kind of turn your painting and it still can work. It won't be so obvious that it's upside down if you have your leaves going in different directions. It also will add to making your wreath look a little bit more full, which is what we're trying to go for here. Now you'll see here in these two spaces that I pointed out that they actually look really thin compared to the other side. So I'm just going to add in some smaller leaves and twigs to kind of thicken up that area so it's not just one little stem of leaf through it. That way both sides are even. And then also the little berries I did on the left side were blue, and I didn't like how that looked. So I just took my gouache, my shell pink, and I just painted right over those, which this is why gouache is really fabulous, because you can just take some color, paint over it, and it's not a big deal. Whoop.
All right.
Whoop.
You're up.
Is that good?